Hello. Yeah, it's just I've been thinking. I always do a lot of thinking about. Sometimes when you reach a certain age, I don't have to tell you you are already a certain age. You think about your life and what you could have done different and what wasn't really what didn't work out well and why. And yeah, what didn't work out well. I mean, for me, this was quite complicated, let's say, or for anybody who has been on medication for like since their youth anyway, or teenage years, um, mid teenage years. It's life hasn't been different than for people who were completely healthy. Definitely, you don't. Yeah, you don't see life the same way. Simple as that. Not everything is so easy and sunny and yeah. It's not just blue skies. Simple as that. I think that the problem is those medication I was taking was really influencing me in a negative way. Whenever there was something, an obstacle, something to overcome, I would just freeze. I'd panic. But maybe in hindsight, as I have been analyzing it, all that, I think maybe it's not just the medication. Maybe, you know, first of all, I thought I got through this whole thing with war and fleeing my country and coming to a new country relatively easy. But as you kind of grow up, you find out, maybe it wasn't so easy after all. Maybe you did leave a trace. And certainly, I'm sure it did. So, this thing with panicking whenever there was something important also to do in life. Yeah, this probably was connected to all that. But yeah, when you have to kind of grow up too soon, suddenly, like I did, because I was 14 years old, not yet 15, when I had to flee and all that. When I first experienced actually war. Yeah. So yeah, you are still a child, but then you are suddenly forced to. Because had I been like 7 years old, I think it would have been different. Like for instance, I have a cousin. He was like that age when the war started, and even a little younger actually. But so he wasn't really affected. No, he was just when you are just a small child, you know nothing. I mean nothing sticks here or here. But the problem was that I wasn't a small child when all this started, all this terrible shit. And yeah, that's the problem. Simply, I was kind of adolescent, early adolescent years. So by then you have a certain uh, conscience, a certain conscience. Yeah, your brain is much more developed than like when you are 9 years old or something. And yeah, so that's why you know they say puberty at 13 you are no longer a child really, even though you may look like one, but you are no longer really a child. No, not really. Or that's when it starts anyway, the development especially. Yeah, certainly. So yeah, man. I mean, that's what happens. But I didn't know. I'm still just a boy. You know, when you're a boy, you don't know shit. Really, you cannot analyze yourself when you are 16 years old or 18 or whatever. You don't know really. You are not capable. I mean, even though your brain is more developed, you're still not capable of analyzing even your actions or things that have influenced you in either a good or bad way. So, yeah, that's the problem. So, it takes time. It took me a long time to realize that my problems were not just because I was also, I came to a very different country to live in a age when you are, just starting to develop into a, yeah, from a boy into a young man, to put it that way. uh, it's not just that, it wasn't just the medication, even though medication, yeah, it did play a part, as I said, still, yep, definitely would have been easier totally if I had been completely healthy, but I wasn't. But also the thing with the war and yeah, I don't know really. To this is something I don't understand about me. I'm kind of almost certain things that really can affect a man and really can even destroy a man. I'm not bragging, but these things that I have been through, and not just the war, I mean, but way back, way after that, the family losses and all that. I mean, it would have taken many people years with therapy to come over that, to learn how to deal with it. But I like just, went over, like, I got over it in a way, yeah. But maybe people will say that's not healthy, that's not normal. But on the other side, I don't think I've ever been really normal in certain ways. To put it this way, I am like a stoic, right? Even when I was a child, just a kid, I'd get sick a lot, and this was probably because of my that then undiscovered chronic illness. So yeah, I get high temperature, and kids in that state, they are fussing and yelling and whatever, demanding. But I was always quiet. I just take it all quietly, silently. I wish I wasn't like that, because also now I'm just used to taking things quietly. Yes. Whether that is, maybe, I probably am kind of, as I already spoke about, autistic, probably, yeah. That would that would explain it, I think, because autistic people don't react to things the same way as other people. Certainly, it's just that we are kind of, we just get it. We get it. This is the way it has to be. So, you tell yourself, this is something you have to take. This is something you have to endure. And you accept it. We accept it. But many other normal people, let's call it that way, they don't want to accept it. So that's why they first start fussing and fighting and, I mean, really protesting loudly. These things, when you get sick, doesn't matter what kind of sickness, or when something really upsetting happens. I mean, yeah, I do react, but that's just, blowing steam. And I do react violently at when things don't go my way. Sometimes I think people have also kind of also experienced that in people who know me now in these communities, certain communities where I go, and but yeah, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm being my own shrink in a way because here it's so, for some reason, it's so goddamn hard to get a shrink here in Norway. I don't get it, man. I don't just don't get it. You cannot get it. And everybody is taken. Everybody is. Yeah, it's crazy. I did try it, believe me. I tried. People say, "Oh, why don't you go to shrink? Why don't you go to therapy?" I tell them, I try, asshole. I, I tried several times, really. I must have tried at least 5 times or something this so far to get to get therapy. No, you don't get it for some reason. Like what the, you know? No, this country is really crazy in a way. I mean, everything seems so great. Seems to be working great at first glance, and then you suddenly go to a very important institution such as health or mental health, whatever, and then people just blow you off. No, no, you can't come here. Like what the heck? But that's another topic. Yeah. By the way, that reminds me. That's a good topic for another video. But all right, I'll finish now. Don't worry, I'm not going to bother you too much longer. I mean, so to in the end, what happens is I try to live. There's a song, "The Day I Tried to Live" by Chris Cornell. Yeah, there was this time, 2011, 2012, and I was really there had happened something at home, a crisis, and then after that, I really felt good about life. So that's kind of sad. It has to happen sometimes, I think, for many people to feel good about their lives. Something pretty bad or terrible has to happen first. So, and that also was the case with me. But then later on, something happened. I mean, I was on vacation in 2012, and I got hit with this worst case of stomach flu possible. And then, it all hit me like, after that, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to live like this, I mean, it's hard to explain. It's like you don't want to get yourself in a situation like that again, where you are really vulnerable. And so we were, to make things worse, we were on this island actually. So yeah, it wasn't that. I mean, the nearest hospital was a few few miles away anyway. So yeah, didn't go smoothly, but I got help anyway. But after that, I got kind of scared even of this kind of life, even of traveling around. And yeah, yeah, you just get fed up, with things. And the same goes when you haven't had luck in love, Yeah. Um, then after a while, trying, and you get fed up, and like, why? I'm tired. I don't want to try anymore. And especially if you had some bad experiences also there, when you have been by women, torn to pieces. Yeah, you don't want to experience that again, do you? So, but of course, there's shutting yourself down. It's hardly a solution either. So, yeah, it's just, man, life is hard. Life is hard. But now, especially, in this century, yeah, it is harder because people are more demanding, and they don't want to listen to you. They don't want to give you their time, and so that's for sure. That's the truth. But okay. think I said enough. All right. I do like it. I appreciate this. I'm able to, yeah, to express myself through this kind of medium. Yeah. All right. Bye.